Which is better for vlogging and everyday content creation, the DJI Action 5 Pro or the iPhone 16 Pro? I'm gonna make a quick comparison video in terms of audio, video in standard and flat color profile, as well as photos, amongst other comparisons. Toward the end of this video, I'm gonna give my thoughts on which is better for what reason. Stay tuned. For better understanding of the audio throughout this video, I'm not gonna be using any external mics and using the Action 5 Pro and the iPhone 16 Pro's mics the way it is standard. I'm not going to be applying any sort of noise reduction. Let's start with the price. The Action 5 Pro standard version goes for $349. The Adventure Combo, which comes with a total of 3 batteries and the multi-charger, goes for $449. The iPhone 16 Pro 128GB goes for $999 if I'm not mistaken. Now keep in mind that the iPhone 16 Pro has 3 cameras while the Action 5 Pro only has 1, so you can only use 1 focal length. However, you have the linear version where it's standard, and then you have the wide angle, which is most frequently used on action cameras, and then you have the ultra wide angle as well. So when it comes to video, the iPhone 16 Pro can shoot in Apple ProRes log, while the Action 5 Pro can shoot in DJI's dlog-m color profile. Both are 10-bit. The Apple ProRes log is a more flat version, very similar to the D-Log from DJI. The iPhone 16 Pro can also record in HDR video, while the Action 5 Pro can record in 10-bit HLG. Now when it comes to frame rates, both these devices can film in 4K up to 120 frames per second. However, if you want to go to 240 frames, it drops down to 1080p. So the wide angle from the Action 5 Pro has an even wider field of view compared to the one from the iPhone 16 Pro. I'm recording all of this in the standard 10-bit color profile on the Action 5 Pro and the standard profile on the iPhone 16 Pro. And all of it is being recorded using auto exposure and white balance. Now I'm gonna test out the stabilization in the Action 5 Pro and then the iPhone 16 Pro. So you've got Rocksteady and Rocksteady Plus on the Action 5 Pro, but it does crop in a little bit when you choose Rocksteady or when you choose Rocksteady Plus. So right now it's on Rocksteady and I'm gonna run so you can check out the stabilization. So if you don't want to use the inbuilt stabilization of the Action 5 Pro, you can turn it off and then use its gyro data on apps such as GyroFlow in order to stabilize it even better, which is what FPV pilots use. So when I'm flying this on the FPV, I turn off Rocksteady, use the wide angle lens, and then I stabilize it using GyroFlow, which then stabilizes it really well. Now I'm going to use the iPhone 16 Pro to record 2 videos, one in the ultra wide lens using its built-in stabilization, and then switch to the action mode. Now keep in mind that you can only use action mode in 2.8K, that's the max resolution. So I'm about to get some FPV shots. It's almost sunset time. Yeah, it looks really nice. And one thing I wanted to mention about this action camera in particular is that the front screen is also a touch screen. So when you've mounted it on to something, let's say like this drone, for example, you can always change the settings from the front, which is an awesome feature to have. So I just got done with the FPV session and I only got one battery with me. And you know what? I had to switch back and forth the settings, 4K, 4:3, turn off rock steady, turn off the auto settings, and then put a manual shutter speed. I wasn't using any ND filters. I'm waiting on the ones from Freewell. They're about to send it to me, so stay tuned for that review video. I just realized that I could set presets on this, you know, just like the Hero 12. So I'm just about to work on some presets, you know, for POV, slow motion, etc. Here's what the crazy thing is, that I could fly this in 4K 120, get some really smooth shots, and then, like, you know, really slow it down quite a bit. But the only thing I would say is that if you're using auto settings on the Action 5 Pro is you know, to try and set a manual white balance. Maybe if you want to leave the exposure auto, that's completely fine as well. Turn down the texture because it's a little too sharp. I have mine at -1. In case I do need to sharpen it, I can always do it in post. But when it comes to low light, right now I'm filming this in all auto settings, and I will change into night mode in a bit. So this is the wide angle from the iPhone 16 Pro right now in normal mode. I'm not filming any of this in ProRes log. Here's another one using auto settings. In a little bit I'm going to use wide angle camera, which is the normal one from the iPhone, because it has a different aperture compared to the ultra wide angle f1.78, and then compare that to the night mode on the Action 5 Pro. Now this is from the Action 5 Pro in the night mode. Check it out. I think it does a pretty good job at it, don't you think? So this is the wide angle lens on the iPhone 16 Pro at the f1.78 aperture. Hopefully it does pretty good in low light. I'm sure it does. It's a great camera. All right, so time to end this. When it comes to audio, you can connect wireless mics to the Action 5 Pro or to your iPhone 16 Pro. Like right now I'm using the DJI mic to connect it to this without using a receiver. It takes only a few seconds to connect. Now when it comes to getting photos, the iPhone 16 Pro definitely takes it away. I mean, getting that background blur, having more options in terms of you know, portrait mode. And I would also say the same thing when it comes to like trying to get some cinematic looking footage, because you know, you have different focal lengths there. You can get that background blur when recording you know, videos. The iPhone 16 Pro definitely wins there too. Not that you can't get good cinematic looking footage from your Action 5 Pro, you can, but it's not really meant for that, right? You can get really unique perspectives with the Action 5 Pro. Like mine is attached to the snap mount, which is magnetic, so I can just put on top of a car, attach it to something else that's, you know, that's made out of iron or steel, and you know, it'll just attach there, and I can get some really good looking unique angles with this camera. And when it comes to taking things into water, I would think twice before taking my iPhone 16 Pro and like submerging it in water. I know it's like water resistant and stuff. I don't think I'd ever do that. I mean, I think it's pretty good, you know, in case like water spills on it and stuff, but I would never submerge it in water. When it comes to the Action 5 Pro, you won't even blink. Just toss it in there. Now the iPhone is also your phone, so you're using it basically all day, right? So it's got a great battery life, but you also use it for social media browsing, you know, maybe edit some of your photos and stuff too. Now again, keep in mind that the iPhone 16 Pro goes for $999, while the Action 5 Pro standalone version goes for $349. Now if you're someone who's an adventure enthusiast who goes a lot of biking, hiking, you know, underwater stuff, and you vlog a lot, you know, the Action 5 Pro would greatly suit your needs. However, if you're just a short form content creator where you just visit places, take a few videos, take a few photos, I think your iPhone 16 Pro should do really well in those situations. A lot of people, a lot of content creators who create short form vertical videos for TikTok or Instagram Reels usually use their phones. They just attach it to a tripod, and you know, they're good to go. But it comes into play, I think, you know, I mean, what do you really need it or want it for? You know, I mean, if you get the Action 5 Pro, you've got a dedicated camera, where your iPhone is, yes, your camera, a powerful camera in your pocket, but it's also a phone that you use for a lot of other things. So when it comes to everyday users, the pros of having an iPhone 16 Pro is the convenience of an all-in-one device, easier to carry and always available, simpler to use for casual photography or videography, high quality front facing camera for selfie style content. The pros for the Action 5 Pro: more durable for adventurous activities, better stabilization for action shots, wider field of view for immersive footage, more mounting options for creative angles, more suitable for POV style vlogs, better performance in extreme weather conditions. In summary, the iPhone 16 Pro is generally more versatile and convenient for everyday use and quick content creation, while the DJI Action 5 Pro excels in more demanding action-packed scenarios and offers greater durability and specialized features for adventure vlogging. The choice ultimately depends on the user's specific needs, content style, and shooting conditions. Many creators might benefit from having both devices to cover a wider range of shooting scenarios. Anyway, let me know what your thoughts are on this comparison, which one you think is better, for what reason. Let me know down in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. If you enjoyed this video, smash that like button and also subscribe so you don't miss future videos. I'll catch you in the next one.